Hi folks, Matt from Finnish Firearms and History here, and just a quick short on M39 Mosin-Nagant rifles and figuring out whether or not the Finns refurbished them after the end of World War II. So looking at the rifle on the right, we've got a nice Civil Guard or Soileskunta Sako M39, and it's got a really bright hue and metal luster to the bluing. And over on the left, we've got a 48 marked M39, and the bluing is a much darker, sort of a matte black. So if it's got a brighter luster, that's a better chance that it's been unrefurbished, but there's a couple other things that we're gonna wanna take a look at. So we're gonna start with the rear sight. And when we put those rear sights up, you can see on the rear sight ladder to the right on this tangent sight, this metal is in the white right there, whereas on the one to the left, the metal is very much blued. And as we move up the sight ladder on the slide on the right, once again, no bluing there, and on the left, bluing. So if it's lacking bluing in those locations, then it has not been refurbished after the end of World War II, or if it has, it's not seen a comprehensive dip blue and overhaul like a lot of the M39 rifles were. The next thing we got to check are the front sights, specifically the front sight screw, which allows the front sight blade to move from left to right for the windage. So we've moved up to the front sights, and up top we've got the unrefurbished Civil Guard Sako M39, and on that front sight screw, it's in the white, has not been refurbished or overhauled, and on the bottom we have the 48 marked M39, and you can see that front sight screw is very much blued, overhauled, and refurbished. Once again, bluing is usually a pretty good sign that something has been refurbished or overhauled by the Finns after the end of World War II. Seeing something that's in the white, and I'm not just talking that there's no metal finish left, but the fact that there was none there to begin with is a sign that it has not been refurbished. All right, the last thing we're going to look at is the inside of the receiver where the bolt slides in the channel. And as we can see up here on the top, we have bare metal on the Sako Civil Guard M39. And moving down to the 48 marked M39 that was refurbished after the end of World War II, we can see that it's blued in there. So blued, refurbished, unblued, unlikely that it's been refurbished. So hopefully that served as a useful primer for everybody on whether or not your Finnish M39 oversaw any kind of refurbishment or overhaul after the end of World War II. Generally speaking, collectors prefer M39s that were not refinished or overhauled, but to each their own. And I wish all of you a happy collecting, and I will see all of you again in another video.